Who are you when no one is watching? It's a simple question, but the answer is everything. We live in a world of stages, a constant performance for an audience we can't always see. We build our identities with likes, with shares, with the approval of others. But what happens when the curtains close? When the lights go down and you're left alone with just your reflection? That's where the real work begins. This isn't about the highlight reel. This is about the grind. The quiet moments before the sun even thinks about rising. The world is asleep, but you're not. You're up, chasing something invisible, something intangible. It's you in the cold morning air, the empty streets, the silent promise of a new day. There's no camera here, no one to impress. There's just the steady rhythm of your own breath, the pounding of your feet on the pavement, the burning in your lungs. This is the first chapter of the story, written in sweat and discipline. Every drop of sweat is a word, every early morning is a sentence. You're not just training your body, you're forging your will. You're teaching yourself that your commitment is stronger than your comfort. It is in these lonely hours that you discover the limits you thought you had were just suggestions. You push past them, not for a medal, not for a trophy, but for the quiet satisfaction of knowing you can. This is where character is built, brick by painful brick. Then there are the late nights. The world is wound down, but your mind is just getting started. The day's noise fades into a gentle hum, and in that stillness, clarity emerges. This is the time for introspection, for reflection. The desk lamp carves a small circle of light in the darkness, a sanctuary for your thoughts. The pages of a journal fill up with scribbled ideas, with questions, with raw, unfiltered honesty. Who do you want to be? Not what the world wants you to be, not what your parents or your friends expect you to be, but who are you, at your core? You dissect your day, your reactions, your choices. You confront the mistakes, not with shame, but with curiosity. Why did I do that? What can I learn from it? Each mistake is a lesson, a stepping stone. You're not erasing your flaws, you're understanding them. You're learning to integrate them into a more complete version of yourself. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about the brutal, beautiful process of self-correction. Think about the masks we wear. The cheerful mask for colleagues, the confident mask for presentations, the agreeable mask for social gatherings. We collect them, switch between them so effortlessly we sometimes forget which one is the real us. But in solitude, the masks come off. There's no one to perform for. The face in the mirror is just you. And sometimes, you might even cover that mirror. Because the identity you're building isn't about what you see on the surface. It's deeper than that. It's an internal architecture, built from the inside out. It's about refining your habits, replacing mindless scrolling with mindful reading, trading reactive outrage for proactive creation. It's the small, almost insignificant choices that compound over time. The one extra page you read, the 5 more minutes you spend practicing your craft, the one negative thought you catch and replace with a constructive one. There's no applause for this. No one gives you an award for choosing discipline over distraction. The only reward is the person you are becoming. This journey is a silent one. It's a dialogue between you and your potential. It's messy. It's filled with doubt. There will be days you want to quit, days you feel like you're getting nowhere. You look for a sign, for some external validation that you're on the right path. But it won't come. Because this path isn't marked by external signposts. It's guided by an internal compass. You have to learn to trust it, even when the fog is thick and you can't see more than a few feet ahead. It's the artist alone in the studio, splashing paint, making a mess, discovering the image as it appears, not as it was planned. It's the musician in a soundproof room, playing the same chord over and over until it sounds right, not to the audience, but to their own soul. It's the writer staring at a blank page, wrestling with words, deleting entire paragraphs, searching for the single, honest sentence. This is the essence of creation, and the greatest thing you will ever create is yourself. This process is a rebellion, a quiet rebellion against a culture that demands constant visibility, a culture that equates worth with exposure. You are choosing a different path. You are choosing to build your foundation on solid rock, deep beneath the surface, where the storms of public opinion cannot shake you. You're not hiding. You are cultivating. You are incubating. You are letting your identity take root and grow strong in the nutrient-rich soil of privacy. And then, one day, without you even realizing it, something shifts. The work you've done in the dark begins to emit its own light. The discipline becomes instinct. The self-doubt is replaced by a quiet confidence. The identity you've been forging is no longer a concept. It's who you are. It's in the way you walk, the way you speak, the way you listen. It's an authenticity that cannot be faked. It's a strength that doesn't need to be announced. The moment comes when you have to step back into the world. You open the door. The light hits your face. But this time, it's different. You're not stepping onto a stage seeking validation. You're not wearing a mask. You're not performing. You are simply stepping into a space as yourself, fully formed, grounded, whole. The world will still have its opinions. The audience will still be there. But their applause or their silence no longer defines you. You carry your own validation within you. The applause you needed was the quiet clap of one hand against another in the silence of your own room, a personal acknowledgement of a promise kept. The only judge you needed to satisfy was the person you were yesterday. You walk into that public space, and your presence is felt, not because it's loud or demanding, but because it's real. People are drawn to authenticity like plants to the sun. They may not know about the early mornings, the late nights, the mistakes corrected, the battles won in silence. They won't see the sweat or the tears. They will only see who you are. And that is the point. The work was never for them. The work was for you. And now, you get to share the result. Not as a performance, but as an offering. This is who I am. So I ask you again, who are you when no one is watching? Because that person, the one forged in fire and solitude, is the most powerful, the most authentic, the most unbreakable version of you. That is the person the world is waiting to meet. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more journeys into what makes us who we are. See you next time.